Two are better than one because they have a good reward for their toil. For if they fall, one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him who is alone when he falls and has not another to lift him up. Again, if two lie together, they keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? And though a man might prevail against one who is alone, two will withstand him. A threefold cord is not quickly broken. In this passage, a wise man speaks wise words to those who partner together for a common purpose, those who join hands together for a common purpose in accomplishing the work of God. The author here, most likely Solomon, the wisest man who ever lived, is teaching us how to think about partnerships. So this applies to marketplace partnerships, ministry partnerships, and certainly to the marriage partnerships. And that's the lens that we want to look at this passage this morning. Zac and Ruth, the marriage partnership that God is giving you, it is a gift from Him. It's a gracious gift to Him. There is power in your partnership. You must realize that there is power in your partnership, and this passage helps us understand why. So Solomon says in verse 9, two are better than one because they have a good reward for their toil. They have a good reward for their toil. One of the key messages in all of Ecclesiastes is that life involves toil, hardship, difficulty, stress. Marriage is the same. There is toil in marriage. Ask anybody who's been married longer than their honeymoon. There is difficulty, there is toil in marriage. As a result of the fall, sin has tainted every corner of life, every aspect of life, marriage included. Suffering, sin, difficulty. It goes on and on how we face toil and hardship. And through it all, Solomon says, two, there's power in your partnership. He spells out this power in partnership. In verse 10, he says, for if they fall, one will lift up his fellow. Zac and Ruth, the reality is there will be times in your marriage when one or both of you will be falling, stumbling, tripping through the toils of life. It will happen. The loss of a loved one, the loss of a job, the loss of your health. You can get knocked to the ground in life in any number of ways. Through it all, two are better than one. There's power in your partnership because God has given each of you a helping hand to lift you up during those times, to sustain you. Two are to point each other to Christ, the one who ultimately sustains and encourages you and lifts you up. The blessing in marriage, somebody who knows Christ. That's the beauty of a Christian marriage, someone to point you to Jesus all the time when you're getting distressed, when you're struggling, when you need hope. Point each other to Christ. There's power in your partnership. Solomon says the two of you have a good reward for your toil. There's a reward, there's a blessing when you join hands and you walk through, you persevere through difficulty. What is that reward? What is that blessing? It's the blessing of closeness, of unity, of oneness in marriage. You may kiss your bride.